Place your deli or carry-out orders. Call 302-945-0700.
I can't believe it's been a quarter century since I made my television debut. It was all different back then. You know, it was back then, I remember if you wanted to take a picture, you would use a camera, not a telephone. As a matter of fact, if you used a telephone, people would look at you odd. Keep it like. Just stay still like that. What about in the old days when they took pictures of you way back, you know, where they pulled that thing and exploded and stuff? I got a picture of my great-grandfather. The thing took 6 hours to take your picture, and it was a picture of my great-grandfather, one. They only had, every guy had one picture back then. And it's just him like... I gotta get back, feed them hogs. Who's gonna feed the hogs? Somebody gotta feed them hogs. Now, in the future, of course, it'll be different. 50 years from now, people will be going like, hey, you want to see 100,000 pictures of my great-grandfather?
There he goes, Norm Macdonald, of course, one of the best. Rest in peace. Yeah, in an interview several years ago, Norm Macdonald talked about cancer and how he thinks it's much braver to battle it privately than publicly. He also says, you know, if I had, you know, a specific ailment, and possibly I do, you know, you don't know, and I would not talk about it. Mm-hmm. And now that clip's coming out, and they're talking about it, and he was privately battling cancer.
Wow.
Norm Macdonald, dead at the age of 61. Some of the funniest moments from him were, you know, on SNL. And he was just a funny guy,
Yeah,
you know?
he really was.
He was one of them guys who was like
talented.
very sarcastic. He used to impersonate Bob Dole back in the day. Bob Dole, you know, like he used to do the he used to do the characters, and he was one of them comics that would like tell a joke and then just like stop and stare.
Yeah.
And you just like bust out laughing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that was his bit.
He's like waiting.
Yeah. So just very sad, man. You know, I remember Norm. All you knew of, you might not even remember his last name, like old Norm. So again, rest in peace, man. Very sad. Norm Macdonald passing away. Now, let's move on to Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
A lot of people talking about this. Like it or not, this is the world we live in right now. The internet has spent the last several days talking about Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend back in Trinidad. Now, you know, the guy who supposedly ended up impotent with swollen testicles after getting the COVID vaccine.
Oh, boy.
Well, it seems like such a silly joke, but health officials in Trinidad took it seriously. So they investigated it.
They wanted to know if
Yeah.
anyone there.
Yeah, because Nicki Minaj has how many
had this
millions of followers?
Diagnosis. No, I know.
Yeah, on social media. And she didn't attend the Met Gala. She didn't attend the VMAs. And she said because, number one, she had COVID. Number two, she was skeptical. She wanted to get more research before getting the COVID vaccine. And it might even affect her tour. But then she said, well, I'll probably get it because I got to go on tour.
Yeah.
But she put out those claims that her, what was it, cousin's friend got swollen testicles
and that
after
they were
getting
supposed to get married. And
yeah,
stuff.
and then the wife called off the wedding and all this. Okay, well, because she's such a high profile person and because she has so many millions of followers, they talked about it on CNN. Dr. Fauci talked about it. No evidence of this. What's going on? You know, she can write whatever she wants on her social media, but that's the danger of this whole pandemic. It has been is the misinformation.
Oh gosh.
Okay, well, you know, back in Trinidad and Tobago, they took it very seriously. So they wanted to investigate, like, what's going on here? Because we haven't had any reports of any
What happened?
swollen testicles. Like, we need to find out what's going on.
No reports of swollen testicles.
Yeah. Well, the reports, the results are in.
What? And?
They're not sure the guy even exists.
Are you serious right now?
So it
We've
all
been talking
could
about
be
this
fake.
For nothing.
It all could be fake. Yeah, the country's health minister actually held a press conference about it because of Nicki Minaj, and said that they found no reports.
Oh my gosh.
No reports of men getting supersized from the vaccine. He added, "What's sad about this is that it wasted our time yesterday.
Supersize what?
It's sad." He said, "Wasted our time yesterday trying to track this down because we all took these claims seriously." Now, Nicki's not backing down from her story.
All right.
Jimmy Kimmel made a plea to get this guy on, her show, on his show. Nicki tweeted back at him saying he's willing to talk for the right price. I'm his manager. Call me Jimmy. So Jimmy Kimmel wants him on the show.
But does he even exist? Is this even real?
I don't know.
Is this even a thing?
Now,
Got us all stirred up for nothing.
Tucker Carlson also wants to interview him on Fox News, but mistakenly identified Mr. Big Stuff as Nicki's cousin, not Nicki's cousin's friend. All right, which led to one of the most bizarre corrections in the history of cable news. And we played that clip yesterday with Jimmy Kimmel. Now, we're still not done with the story, though. Nicki claimed yesterday that she was invited to the White House to talk to experts about the vaccine, and she was planning to go.
Really?
I don't know. That's what she claimed. This is getting okay. But the White House said they just
all over a tweet.
The White House said she wasn't invited. They just offered to have a doctor from the administration call her.
Oh. So there's a difference, a big difference.
Now, one last thing. That's not all. A group of Nicki's fans were protesting outside of the CDC headquarters in Atlanta yesterday because of the vaccine. And these are just fans that have kind of, jumped on. Now,
It's too much.
we played this clip yesterday, but here goes Tucker Carlson talking about Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj. She entered the conversation abruptly with this tweet yesterday, quote, "My cousin in Trinidad won't get the vaccine because his friend got it and became impotent," she wrote. "His testicles became swollen. His friend was weeks away from getting married. Now the girl called off the wedding. So just pray on it and make sure you're comfortable with your decision, not bullied." Now, two things about that tweet. Last night we read it, we put the graphic on the screen, and we suggested that Nicki Minaj's cousin is the one with the swollen testicles in Trinidad. And we were wrong, and we want to admit it. We henceforth correct the record. Nicki Minaj's cousin's testicles are not swollen. As far as we know, he's fine. It's Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend's testicles who are swollen from taking the vax. That's the claim.
Stop
But it's
it.
not
Look at his
anything
face.
to do with the physical effect of the vaccine that makes our political class mad. It's the last part of Nicki Minaj's tweet that enrages them. The part where she says you should pray on it, make the decision yourself like a free human being, and, quote, don't be bullied. So our media and public health officials didn't like this because they make their livings bullying people. So they couldn't let it stay.
Okay, so there goes that was Tucker Carlson correcting himself last night. He said, well, his aren't big, but his are big, and we don't know if his are big or
Not
not.
the cousin that we know of. It's the cousin's friend.
Yeah, and his are big. Okay? All right.
Woo!
Now, also,
Pics, images. Is there anything out? I'm
we don't even know if
curious.
this guy exists. We don't even know if this
I'm
guy
very
exists.
curious.
Time Magazine released their annual list of the influential people yesterday. Times 100 most influential people of 2021.
Okay.
All right. It was separated into 6 categories. So we got a couple of them for you.
All right.
Icons: Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. All right. Britney Spears.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Dolly Parton.
Okay.
Angels pitcher Ohtani.
Really?
All right. How about that? I like that.
Good for him.
And tennis star Naomi Osaka.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Pioneers: Billie Eilish. Olympic gymnast Sanisa Lee. All right. Let's see here.
Good deal.
Titans: Simone Biles, Shonda Rhimes, Tom Brady, Timbaland and Swizz Beatz. Artist: Kate Winslet, Bad Bunny, Scarlett Johansson, Jason Sudeikis. Okay, Lil Nas X. Leaders, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, Tucker Carlson. Wow.
List. Oh
And
my
Stacey
gosh.
Abrams.
Okay.
All right, you got innovators, Elon Musk on the list, Adrian Banfield Norris, Willow Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith. So there you go. That's Time's most
Wow.
influential people of 2021.
Okay.
All right.
I like it.
7:59. It's a Bill and Jessica show. Throwback Thursday. We'll go back live in the mix on the way.
Power 1017 is sending you on a 5